much more fun. You know that only the good die young. Oh, baby, I tell you, only the good die.
It is 9:16, and we're right back here on this 21st day of February because, like Andrew and I were talking about during the commercial break, spring's here.
Supposedly. Like, I keep waiting. It's a tease every year, and this year it's just really early.
Well, and now it's really teasing us because I've looked at the forecast too, and it's like, well, until March, it's smooth sailing. Mm-hmm. But you and I both know a second and third winter will be hitting us at some point.
And Easter's really early this year, and I feel like every time Easter's early, spring is delayed.
Yep, you're right. You are absolutely right because there's so many times it comes early, and then you're picking your Easter eggs up off the frost.
We've got flowers coming up. We've got flowers in our area. I'm like, dude, it is the week after Valentine's Day. You need to get back down there. Like, you are not ready. No. I'm not ready for you. You're not ready.
Exactly. Well, and too, it's like we had the Arctic blast, and I thought, oh, we're off to. This is going to be a real winter.
Yeah, an actual winter.
And then all the meteorologists were wrong less than a month ago because we thought the Snowmageddon was coming, and now here we are. I mean, we're
I know it's beautiful. I'm not sad. Like, it's beautiful.
Right.
I'm grateful, but I know there's going to be another winter coming.
Well, see, I'm the worst because I'm the guy that goes, I cannot wait for the summer to get here, and then when it's summer, I go, oh, it's too damn hot. I need winter to come back. I'm the worst when it comes to that. But at least there's some great events coming our way to help kind of guide me through this.
Good job. I applaud that. That's good.
Guide me through this tumultuous spring weather. And how excited are you guys for these next lineup of events? I mean, they're all going really well.
Absolutely. We've had some really great events, and we've had a really, really great patron feedback on a lot of our stuff. And we're continuing all the great events into the spring, particularly our taps and tomes.
That's becoming big.
It is. We actually, we had so many at our last one where if the trend continues, we may have to actually split into two separate groups that night because we had so much interest.
And then real quick though, can we do an overview again of what that is? Because I've had to when you left in January, I had a texter ask a little bit more about that and forgot.
Sure. Absolutely. So this is just basically your typical book club. We just happen to be doing it at a brewery where there's alcohol involved, which makes everything, a little lighter, a little more fun, that kind of thing. So this is our partnership with Old Bakery Beer Company, and every other month we do a book reading. So we have a social hour at 6, and then for a full hour of drinks, mingling, food, that kind of thing, and then we launch into a discussion.
And what's the book you're highlighting this month?
This month, from March 2nd, it's going to be Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grant. It's actually a really well-known piece. I actually tweeted about it, and the author responded, which I
way.
Yeah, I was like,
let's get him on the show.
A little celebrity moment. Like, okay. Finally getting my feet wet on this job. Yeah. But yeah, it's actually going to be a movie, I believe, starring Leonardo DiCaprio in the fall. It's a really great book about the birth of the FBI. It's nonfiction. It's our first nonfiction entry for this book club. So we're hoping that'll be great. And then we have our newsletter coming out at the end of March. It'll feature all the rest of the selections through the end of the year. Cool. So we went ahead and picked everything out. All the dates are on our website, on our social media. You can find it there.
And by the way, I just got to make sure because I asked you once a show. Correct, right? Niederhauser.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I will never I have botched. So the last month, I have botched everyone's name at least once a show. Not you.
I've heard everything. I've seen everything with that last name. So trust me, you can't miss it.
In terms of the book club, though, I think it's really fun because it's more of, like you said, that kind of a different environment to where I'm telling you what. You get me in a draft beer, I can give you all you need to know about To Kill a Mockingbird. We have some
exactly. Libation speeds processes.
Well, and too, I'm sure you've known this, and we'll discuss everything else in a second, but it seems like in group discussion, some people get really kind of not abrasive, but get kind of nervous to say how they feel about, how the certain writing affected them.
Yep.
And I think maybe, obviously not getting plastered, but,
Please don't,
No. But like, maybe a glass of wine or a cup of beer, and it might give you that confidence to kind of be able to talk about how you feel. Not saying that's the right way to do it, but it could make it a little bit easier.
It greases the wheels.
Yeah.
That's the way to think of it. It greases the wheels, and especially for the book club, I feel like your personalities are so mixed. You can get one dominant personality in there, and then that little libation just helps you like, okay, I can respond to this. I'm a little more confident. We'll work with that.
Well, believe it or not, I have that issue. It might not
that really
come
surprises
through, but I
me
really
to no end.
I have that issue. But it really is. So I think it's great, but I also think this is really cool. Awesome. Woodland Wildfire ID. So wildfire. Don't say that. Don't. Smokey's going to come on the show. Wildflower ID. And this is something, believe it or not, I used to have a pretty green thumb, and
Really?
I had a tumultuous garden. By the end of it,
Excellent.
it all grew out of control. I had a
always does.
thunderstorm come in and it ripped it all out of the ground, but wildflowers are
Yes.
something that I really enjoy. I think it's really something beautiful. So take us through what this will be. Is this going to be a couple of things on display? Or?
So actually, this is just basically a how to identify wildflowers out in your environment.
Yeah.
So Emily Ailey from the Trees Forever is going to be coming in and giving a short lecture on how to ID wildflowers, your typical stuff that you see on a hike, stuff that you're going to see out in the parks, stuff like that. Just so people always complain that I don't know where to start with gardening because I don't know what things are.
Yes.
This is how you get started. This is how you find out what wildflowers are in your area, native plants, that kind of thing.
Well, and that's important because so many times when people don't know, I mean, they just go and grab something, which I've done before too, not realizing not good for the local environment. And that's, and then they got 85 burning bushes in their yard and all these.
Exactly. It's like you need to know what you're doing. And this is kind of like how we're setting the people up for success.
You're absolutely right. And this is really cool. So how long will this event go for?
This is, I believe it's been either an hour and a half, but it is on a Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on the 4th.
Awesome. That's a really good time too, because sometimes, on the weekend, it's like, man, something's at 9 a.m. and I'm like, why did I say I was going to that? But this is great timing. Now it's one of my favorites to talk about, Curtis the Mentalist. This is awesome. I have seen so many Facebook posts about this. I'm going to say the floor is yours, Senator. You tell us all that I need to know.
So honestly, this is my first experience with Curtis the Mentalist. He's not come since I've been with the library.
Really?
So I've heard so many wonderful things about what he can do. The magician, the entertainment, the mind reading, the comedian. Like the jack of all trades that apparently is Curtis the Mentalist. And I am super excited to experience this on the 14th at 6:30 at our performance space at the mall.
And if you haven't gone yet, I mean, I have seen so many people and companies utilizing Curtis's services, but he is really good. And it's going to be one that you're going to want to definitely take little ones too and have some fun.
I think it'll be a great experience.
Absolutely. Now, these three are really fascinating to me too. And I'm kind of teasing you guys a little bit because, I like to keep you on the edge of your feet and waiting. But the Film Flashback Friday is something that I think is cool. So this is dissecting a film and kind of talking about it a little bit, correct?
So basically what's going to be is it's basically showing the film with a little bit of a lecture beforehand. Cool. One of our managers is a huge film buff, and he researches these films beforehand, does a short little introduction on them, what the film was like. These are all films that were shown in Alton 50 years ago. This month will be Paper Moon with Tatum and Ryan O'Neal, very famous Academy Award-winning film, father-daughter team. But yeah, that'll be on the 17th at 6 p.m. It was really popular last month, and there'll be free beverages and popcorn as well.
Oh, you can't beat that. Now, where is that at?
That'll be at Genealogy.
Oh, just right down the road.
This is Lacey's program.
And I'm telling you what, speaking of Lacey, she is fantastic. There's so many times where still people to this day, she was one of the first guests I had on the show. And when we were still getting everything going, and people still talk about that. I mean, she is incredible.
Her
and
personality.
Then going right into another Lacey event is reimagining places of the past. Now, this is gaining a lot of attention.
So this got a lot of attention. So we had record turnout for our first one.
Are you serious?
We had our second one this weekend, and I was out of town, so I have not yet heard from Lacey. I know. I went to the in-laws. My apologies. But yes, I haven't heard from Lacey how it went. But we had a substantial registration, and it looks like the third one's going to be just as popular. This last one, which will be the 18th of March, is going to be on Theodore Link. He's the man who designed Union Station in St. Louis, and who also designed our genealogy library.
And not a lot of people know that at all.
People know that.
We were just Ray Harbin and I were talking about that because we used to do the connection all the time, the Alton St. Louis connection, because not a lot of people realize that a lot of buildings and things that are over and especially downtown, we have little traces of that here too.
We do. We actually have a lot of traces of that kind of stuff, which is great.
And see, that's why I love talking to you, Andrew, because so many times people come out, they listen to the show or they go, well, how many times are you going to talk about this? And it's like, well, there's something new each time.
Every single time. I'm telling you, the genealogy is always on top of it. And this, I really feel like this is the crowning achievement for our class.
It really is. And what I like is that every branch that you guys have in the library and all the people, you guys work really well together. And you help you funnel everything too, which makes it great. And it's really makes it enjoyable to talk about. And another thing you guys could be talking about as well, Art talks, especially at Hayner Library. Give us some more info.
So this is the last one on our sheet, and I'm telling you, this is one I am most excited about. To be completely frank with you,
that's why I put it on the last one.
Yeah, exactly. So this is we are partnering with Jacoby to partner with these art talks, and this next one coming up on the end of the month, it's the 25th, is called Yarn Bombing. Laura Blair, who is a really famous local artist for these installations, does what's called yarn bombing.
Yeah.
Think of it as street art or graffiti, but with yarn instead. And at this particular class, we're talking about what the movement is, what happens with it, and then the patrons will actually get to help install a yarn-bombed exhibit in the library.
That is really cool.
And it'll be up for us. I don't know how. I think she's going to be up for quite a amount of time.
I'm not going to put you on the spot with this.
Fine.
I will fall on the sword here. I believe she is also helps with the amphitheater display during the expo.
I believe so too.
90%.
I didn't book this program. I just promoted it.
So there you go. Well, I'm going to be the one that's saying 90% sure.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
At least some entanglement. No pun intended. And
I'll give props there. That was good too. That was good.
Well, in terms of the last month, 2 months, how is this year kind of starting for you guys? It seems like you've hit the ground running after the.
Yeah, it's been a really, really great couple of months, and honestly, winter is technically our dead time.
Yeah,
this is when we're the slowest. So we're getting to ramp up. We have summer reading coming up.
Right.
I have a lot of great programs. Look for our flyer at the end of March. Our ubiquitous quarterly newsletter will be out, and it will show you everything we have planned.
That is so cool. And then, I'm sure the summer programs and all of that is getting ready to come your way. Yep. And by the way, Andrew will be joining us again next month to be talking about all of this stuff.
I can't wait.
And that's why I really appreciate it. So, there's nothing really left to say.
No.
Other than what should we be keeping our eyes out for? Is there any teas you can give us?
The best tease I can give you is follow us on social media at Hayner Library. I'm telling you that this is my bread and butter. That's where you need to be because that's where everything is.
There you go. And I can tell you where you need to be right back here in a couple of minutes after a quick break. It's 9:27 in the heart of the Riverbend.